Somebody threw me a cloth, get it on his neck, hold compression, and wait for the paramedics, keep him calm, and just having to be in the right place at the right time.
The words of Marcus Knipe describing his heroic efforts to save Micah Fletcher, who is now out of the hospital you see there after Friday's horrific attack on a MAX train. Micah, one of 3 people who rushed in to help 2 young women on that train. Sadly, Micah, the only survivor of the stabbings. Now, the man who rushed to save him until the paramedics could arrive, Marcus Knipe, is joining us here on Portland Today to start off the hour. Thanks so much for being here, Marcus.
Thank you.
Tell us about that moment which put you in that place. What was going on?
Starting from the beginning, I was there on the platform with my family. We were heading down to the Rose Festival, and that's when the eastbound train going to Clackamas Town Center showed up. There was the commotion on the train, and being like everyone, you know, it spikes your curiosity. Tried looking to see what was going on. Next thing I know, people are screaming, running off the MAX, just fleeing the scene. And within seconds after that, Micah comes running out, holding his neck, and just instinct reaction. I grabbed him, told him to sit down on the ground. I put my hand on top of his to keep compression, and then this lady, she gave us her daughter's jacket so we could put that on his neck to try and stop the bleeding, and then she folded up a baby blanket. We put that on top and just did everything we could. He actually called his mom and told his mom that he had been stabbed, and he was like, "Mom, can you call work and tell him I'm not going to be coming in today?"
So conscientious even in that moment. Now, you spent some time in Iraq. Did you have any formal training?
Just, you know, your basic first aid, trauma, whatever situation you get in, you do what you can with whatever supplies you have.
I mean, did you feel a sense of panic, or were you generally cool in that situation? Because I feel that's the big thing, training or not, you know, to not panic in that situation.
It was just instinct. If I stay calm, that would, I would tell Micah to match my breathing, take deep breaths to slow his pulse down.
You were telling him that?
Mm-hmm.
So much sadness surrounding this story, and the upside here is that Micah did survive.
Yes.
He's out of the hospital. We had a chance to speak with him yesterday, and he recalls your efforts.
Yeah.
I was like kind of, I don't know, speed walking off the MAX, screaming, you know, for people to help me. And luckily, there was this gentleman and this woman, I don't remember their names, that rushed over to me and threw a cloth on my neck and just held it there.
Wow. So hearing that, I mean, you've had a couple days now to process since this all happened. What goes through your mind now watching this man? He's alive. Micah is, thanks in part to what you did.
Yeah, I'm grateful he's alive. You know, it's a tragedy on losing 2 other gentlemen that tried standing up for these 2 young girls that should not have been verbally abused. And with Micah, when his mom told me that he was out of the hospital finally, everyone was so excited, and I know everyone is anxious to get together and meet each other for the first time.
Mike is out of the hospital, but there's still a lot of healing to be done, and he talked about that yesterday as well.
I'm just trying to heal and recover right now, man. I'm having a hard time just going outside. I got stabbed in the neck on my way to work randomly by a stranger I don't know for trying to just be a nice person. Like, I don't know what to do after that. You know?
You have to believe that what you did will provide him hope, and knowing that you and others were willing to come to assist him. Now, about your situation, you mentioned you were waiting with your family to go down to City Fair. You have a young child who was with you. How is he doing in the wake of all this?
My son, he's 9 years old. He is doing actually really well. My wife, as soon as this situation started, she grabbed him and our friend's daughter and took them both down to the other end of the platform, so they wouldn't see anything, and whatever they did see, hopefully it wouldn't freak them out, because we don't need the two children traumatized majorly as everyone else was.
How will this change your outlook going forward?
You know, I try and still be positive, because there were other citizens there that were trying to assist the two gentlemen that unfortunately did not make it. And so I think that proves to both the Muslim community and everyone else in the city of Portland that, you know, we do all care for each other and stand up for each other and do whatever it takes.
And would there be any last message to the community as we wrap up here, Marcus? Anything you want the community to know?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but, you know, at least they know that Portland loves each other and will take care of each other no matter what.
Well, Marcus, thanks for coming in today and sharing your experiences out there. And you mentioned, you know, evidence that Portlanders do care and have come together. And I mean, this growing memorial at the Hollywood Transit Station, wow, you know, just such evidence of the outpouring that has come since the attacks. And we wanted to let folks know that TriMet is holding a moment of silence on Friday to honor the victims. That
will be at noon. All the buses and trains, they plan to stop for that minute of silence. Anyone on board the trains, buses, anyone at the stops themselves invited to join in on this. Portland Today will be back with more.